Good morning, everybody. We are going to start the session entitled Arts, Projects, and Technological Innovation. It is, this session is more technical, but we felt in MAPSI project, we felt that we really wanted to have a more technological approach to projects, to arts projects with societal impact. And this is why we set up this specific session. We will have 4 speakers. The first speaker would be Ibon Aranburu on my right side, who will give a presentation, deliver a presentation on digital metrics for cultural projects. Then the second presentation will be by Beatriz Plaza. She will get into the more practical approach of measuring the visibility on the internet. The third presentation would be by Marta González from Tecnalia. She will present a project connected with MAPSI, Aliada in Digital Humanities, is it correct? And then finally, Veronica Bay, she will present Digital Innovation and Cultural Heritage. So I would like to give the floor to Ibon Aranburu, and then I would really ask you to stick to the maximum time, 20 minutes, okay? And then we will open the floor for questions. Just 5 minutes questions and move on to the following presentation. Thank you very much. Well, before Ibon Aranburu presents, I would like to thank to Gustavo Baños and Javier Lerena. The two of them were PhD students from MAPSI Summer School in Helsinki, and they are here giving the support and the organization. And Javier Lerena also attended the conference in Tallinn in July this year, last year, in 2015. So thank you very much for your support.
Okay, thank you very much, Beatriz. Good morning, everybody. My name is Ibon Aranburu. I am an engineer specialized in information and communication technologies, and I am now working as a lecturer at the engineering faculty of the University of the Basque Country. And I am doing my PhD in economics related to focus on new quantitative methodologies for measuring and modeling regional economics. And what I am going to present this morning is somehow related with my PhD, and it is titled Digital Metrics for Cultural Projects. Okay, this is the outline of the presentation, so let's start. This presentation is about digital metrics, measures, and indicators related to culture. These measures are built by means of digital data, and this digital data is obtained from internet, social media, and all kind of new devices such as GPS devices and so on. And when speaking about digital metrics, it should be taken into account that a digital revolution is taking place in the value chain of cultural products. And why are digital metrics important? They are important because they are important for measuring cultural impact, for evaluating culture online strategies, for supporting decisions and policy making, for generating new value, among others. Okay, digital age or era. The digital era is mainly characterized by technology, and in my opinion, the main exponents of this digital era are the following. First, internet, the network that allows people to share information, knowledge, and connect to other people. In internet provides also resources to other computers and other devices on demand, which is known as the cloud. And also there are appearing a lot of new devices connected to internet that can collect data and can exchange data. And all the connected devices form an infrastructure that is also known as Internet of Things. I don't want to forget also the apps and the games, because they are a source of a big amount of data, and all this digital infrastructure are generating a lot of data every day and continuously. And this phenomenon is known as big data. And all this digital activity is generating a new economy, a digital new economy, and that's I think that's an important point. Okay, what about culture in the digital era? As said before, a digital revolution in the value chain of cultural products is happening. So all activities may move and transform to the online environment. Currently, the online consumption and production of culture is very common. People is used listening online music, viewing online movies, making subscriptions to online publications, etc. And people also talk about their cultural experiences on social media. So we have many data here to analyze. Okay, now I'm going to show you some examples about digital metrics. The first example is based on credit card transaction for measuring the economic impact of cultural events. And this figure visualizes millions of transactions before and during the week of the Mobile World Congress in Barcelona. So with tools like this, we can have a better insight of the impact of this kind of events. Okay. Similarly, we can, with this kind of data, we can obtain the spendings of during the event, street by street. So I think that is a very interesting tool for local authorities, stores, and all kind of companies. The second study is based on phone calls and Flickr photos. This is a study written by Girardin et al., and it is based on the analysis of an art exposition in New York that was made in in 4 waterfalls in New York. And they, for building the indicator, they use dynamic data from data generated by visitors, sorry, and by visitors, which were the density of the phone calls and the density of the Flickr photos. They suggested, this author suggested, that from these footprints, digital footprints, they can get the attractiveness of the places of the city. Okay, the next example is the centrality indicator based on appearance in news, and this work is based on a work that is in progress, made by Beatriz Plaza and me. And the objective of this study is to analyze the most important museums, the European museums, and know which museums are better located in this museum network. This study is based on a network analysis, of co-citation, of museums co-citations in the press, actually the New York Times articles, and this data is extracted from the New York Times articles API, and using a small software robot. Okay, and the last example is based on GPS tracking data, and this is also our work developed by us, Beatriz and me, and the main goal is exploring the relationship between the centrality of tourism resources and urban mobility. And with this kind of data, we can know which are the spaces consumption and which are the main cultural sites. Okay, which are the challenges when working with digital data? In my opinion, there are 2 main challenges. The first one is obtaining the data, because the data should be reliable, and you know that we get the data from many different sources, and the data is a structure. So you have to make many transformations, and so it is an important issue to get reliable data. Another one is to have a significant sample for your research, and in order to make conclusions. And the second main challenge would be the knowledge extraction from data, because we need expertise in the research domain, and because there are also many wide range of methodologies that requires a quite long learning process. And also, in order to get new insights, we need also a dose of creativity and changing of point of views. So this is also a challenge. And finally, 2 main conclusions. The first one is that the development of digital metrics is a multidisciplinar work, because at least you need a technology expert and a subject expert. And in my case, I am an engineer, so I have a more technical, technological background, and that's why I'm doing a PhD in economics to have more knowledge in economic issues. And the second conclusion is that in the future, more digital metrics will be required because the digital economy and the digital culture is increasing year by year. So it's a big opportunity to work in this area. So that's all. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ibon, for this presentation. As I mentioned before, all these presentations are designed for the MAPSI project. So the focus is having a very useful focus for the MAPSI project itself. So this first presentation was on the extraction of digital data in connection with social project with societal impact. And I would like to open the floor for questions now. Is there any question? I do have one question. So, please. No question? I do have one question. Have you designed the API, or how did you obtain the technical means to obtain the data from the New York Times and build up the network in connection with museums?
Okay. Well, I developed a small software robot to collect the data from the API and to obtain a database of the keywords of the museums in New York Times articles.
Okay. So thank you very much. Now we will move on to the second presentation.